Hello, welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. I'm Alex, and today we'll talk about this theme for this month, which is the five layers of your being, or as they say, the five layers of the onion. They related with an onion because it has layers. So, the first one, this is an explanation of how yoga works, why it is such a powerful practice, and it's because it works through these five layers of our being. And for example, the first one is the body. It's all our body, and they say that it is also the things around us. But today we'll focus, because we do yoga, in the physical body. Okay, so that's the first layer. The first. The second one is the breath. It's whatever sustains the body, like food or water. But in this case, we're talking about breath because it is the thing that most sustain the body. You can stay without food for days or without water, but if you don't breathe for 5 minutes, you're out. So that's why breath is very important. If you, for example, have this condition of not being able to breathe well, then you're going to start to get sick and your body will be affected by your breath. If you breathe normally and you inhale with easy, and then your body will start getting more oxygen and you will be healthier. That's why breath is very important. Then, after the breath, below the breath is prana or winds or the energy that runs through these like tubes we have in our body. So that affects our breath. For example, if our prana is moving too fast, we will breathe too fast, and the same if we breathe too fast or we breathe normal, calm, then our prana will run easily through our body and have a healthier body. So below the prana are the thoughts. They say that this is where the magic happens, where the physical and mental touches. That is a debate, you can think about it, but they say that, for example, there's a concept called Luxem Yukpachikpa, that it is that your prana goes, or your energy goes where your mind goes. So if you put your mind here or here on some spot in your body, your prana or your energy will go there. And next, below the thoughts are seats. And if you're not familiar with this thing about seats is, for example, whenever you do something to somebody, you think something, or you speak, you talk, you're watching yourselves and you're recording like with a camera. So that is planting impressions in your mind that then will go like to your subconscious and then will ripen in your reality. If those were bad seeds of you hurt people, that you will have a bad outcome. If you do nice things to people, then will have a good outcome, and your reality will be good. Your body will be healthy. So that's the five layers, and they say that in the center of the onion is what makes everything works. Everything is possible because the center is empty. They call it emptiness. There's nothing in the center. Nothing has any nature of its own. Nothing it's coming from its own side. Everything is empty from being coming from its own side. So that's why you can have some intention and plant a seed that will make you have better thoughts, that will make your prana run smoothly and nicely, and then your breathing will be calm and your body will be healthier, and you can work the outside in or the inside out. The outside is you do yoga, then your breath will be calmer, your prana will run smoothly, your thoughts will be more compassionate and loving ones, and you will have more wisdom to know where things are coming from, the wisdom about seeds, and then you will plant better seeds, of course, if you are doing your yoga and you're changing your whole reality through it. So that's why yoga works, and that's why even if you don't know it, you are working always with these 5 layers. They are there all the time, but if you are conscious about them, you can change whatever you want. You can make your yoga practice something that can change your whole world and your whole mind, your whole body. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy these classes from this month and be very aware of your 5 layers when you do your yoga practice. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Christina, and I am so excited to be leading these asana classes for all of you. I've been practicing yoga for over 10 years and teaching it for the last 2 years, and nothing brings me as much fulfillment and joy as sharing these ancient wisdom practices with all of you. Some things that I like to do off the mat are listen to music. I love going to live concerts. I love cooking and I really love food, so I'm always trying out new restaurants and like new types of cuisine. I really love animals. I have one cat. I live in Brooklyn, New York, so I'm always like exploring different spots in Brooklyn or Manhattan, but I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. I hope to see you all on the mat soon. Hi, welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Christina, and I'm so excited to lead you through this 60-minute Vinyasa class. Let's talk about the 5 layers. In today's class, we are going to be working this outer shell so we can use our breath to shift the prana, which ultimately shifts the thoughts in our minds, allowing us to get a little bit closer to that pocket of emptiness, the ultimate reality. So, anytime you're feeling distracted in your practice today, really come back to your breath, using your breath as a compass and a guide to lead you into these postures. Let's start with a little bit of contemplation for our practice by sitting up nice and tall, elongating your spine and rooting your sit bones into your mat. You can shrug the shoulders up toward the ears and drop them down the back. And then with that, softly flutter the eyes closed. Just taking a moment to start to withdraw from the outer senses, this outer layer, and drift into the more subtle body. Taking a moment to concentrate on the breath. Noticing its natural rhythm and cadence. Feeling the breath fill your belly up with air and your ribs and your chest, and then exhale softly, releasing any stagnant energy from the body. The diaphragm is responsible for shifting so much energy in our body. Inhale fully, exhale completely. Continuing on at your own pace, taking these deep, mindful breaths. Starting to shift the prana. The prana and the thoughts ride in tandem like a horse and a rider. And now you can observe the quality of your mind. How are you arriving to practice today? Perhaps you have a goal in mind or an intention that you can set. Setting this strong and pure intention for your practice, allowing your breath to ground you into this present moment. And can you apply this sense of joyful effort into your practice today? Maybe lifting the corners of your lips, this soft, inner knowing smile. See how that relaxes the muscles of your face. Now we can check in with the physical body, this outer layer, by scanning down from the crown of the head, slowly making your way all the way to the soles of the feet. Paying close attention to any areas of tension, any sticky spots. Inviting this sense of spaciousness. Sending your breath to these areas, helping you to unravel and unwind. Releasing any tension. Beautiful. Now you can start to deepen the breath. Drawing your awareness back into this room, back into the space right around you. Start to wiggle out your fingers. And reach your arms long overhead. Give yourself a nice stretch. Press the palms together. And then draw the palms down through heart center. Place the palms gently in your lap and softly flutter the eyes open. Good. Let's get started. Keeping your meditation posture, you could recross the ankles so the opposite ankle is in top. Sitting up nice and tall, still keeping the integrity of the spine and tucking the chin in toward the chest. You can begin to roll the head very slowly in one direction. Feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. And make sure you're still breathing here. We're just starting to relieve some tension in the body, especially these areas where we usually hold it in the shoulders, the neck, before we move through our vinyasa flow. Good. The next time your chin is in toward your chest, pause for a moment. Send your breath behind the back of the neck. And then inhale, slowly reverse the roll in the opposite direction. Imagine like you're moving through this thick substance, like sticky honey. So this way we go nice and slowly, never pushing or forcing anything to happen. We go where our body wants us to go. So listen to your body today. Only going as far as is comfortable for you. The next time your chin is in toward your chest, pause for a moment. And then inhale, lift your chin parallel to the earth, reach the arms up, look up, stretch up, lengthening the sides of the body. Inhale. Exhale, twist open toward your right, bringing your right fingertips behind the sit bones, left palm outside of the right thigh. We take 3 breaths here. Inhale to lengthen the spine, sitting up tall. Exhale, twisting from your belly, maybe turning your gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in, starting to wake up the Agni, our inner fire. Inhale comes back through center, reach up. Exhale, twist open toward your left. Left fingertips behind the sit bones, right palm outside of the left thigh. 3 breaths here. Breathing in. Exhale, twisting at your belly. See if you can move with the breath. Each inhale and then exhale, initiating the movement. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, come back through center, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach your arms out to the side, flexing both palms, like you're pressing away both sides of the room. Feel your chest melt open, squeeze your shoulder blades together, hug your ribs in toward your spine, keeping the arms active here. You can close the eyes down. And then bring the 4 fingers in, thumbs come up, so you're making these half fists, and start to draw little circles forward with both arms. Starting to get some mobility in our shoulders. You can gradually make these circles a little bit wider each round, almost like rings on a tree trunk. They're layers. Awesome. And then reverse the circles the opposite way. Slowly at first, small circles. Making sure you're breathing. Good. Gradually getting wider. Great. Reach your arms out to the side. Reach your fingertips both directions. Inhale. Open up your chest like you're about to give somebody a big hug. Exhale. Bring the right arm underneath the left, finding an eagle wrap with the arms, or you can simply hold onto both shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you can hollow out at the belly. Draw your elbows in toward your chest. Let the chin fall. 2 breaths here. Send your breath behind the back of the shoulder blades. Inhaling, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Inhale, roll yourself up to seated. Unravel your wings out to the side. Open up your chest. Inhale. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. Finding that eagle wrap with the arms, or you can simply hug yourself again. Whatever you did on the other side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop the elbows in toward your chest. Let the chin fall. If you have the eagle wrap with the arms, press the arms together tightly. You might feel a nice deep stretch behind the back of the heart center that way. Inhale, rising up. Release the arms to the side. And then let's come into a child's pose, Vinyasa. Big toes come together to touch. Knees about as wide as the mat. Sit your hips toward your heels. Reach your fingertips forward. Chest comes to the earth. Forehead comes to the earth. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release out of the mouth. Sinking into the earth. Breathe in. Exhale, reaching the fingertips forward. One more breath in. Beautiful. Looking forward, keeping the chest low. Start to crawl your fingertips over to the right-hand side. Place the right palm flat down and the left palm on top. Take a deep breath into your left rib cage. Exhale, sink into the earth. Pressing your chest down. Relax the forehead in between the arms. Inhale into the left flank area. Exhale, soften. One more breath in. Good. Coming through center, keeping the chest low, and then walking the palms all the way over to the left-hand side. Place the left palm down, right palm on top. Take a deep breath into the right rib cage. Feel it expand. Exhale, soften down. Relax your forehead in between your arms. Sink the right sit bone down and back. 3 breaths here. Full inhale, exhale. Starting to feel yourself grounding into this present moment here on your mat. Working with your intention to work these 5 layers of the body from the outside in and also from the inside out. Inhale, look toward the center, come back, and then press yourself up onto the hands and knees, tabletop position. Bringing your wrists directly underneath the shoulders, spread all 10 fingers wide, even the knuckles pressed into the mat. Your knees are right underneath your hips. Tuck the toes. Drop the belly on the inhale, lift your gaze, lift your chin, opening up the front of the throat, in the chest, hips rise. Exhale, round the back, draw the belly button in toward the spine. Cat pose. Inhale, slowly undulating the spine, moving with your breath, taking your time, really relish in each movement of the posture. Exhale, rounding the back. Moving through this a few more times. Closing the eyes down could be a nice option just so you can really intuitively move with your breath. So it's okay if we're going at different paces here. Whenever it's time to exhale, you start to round the back, tuck the chin in. And whenever it's time to inhale, you start to unwind into cow pose. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. On your next inhale, come back to neutral spine tabletop position. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, look up. Exhale, threading the right arm through the left, threading the needle, pressing the right side of the head gently into the mat, pressing firmly into your left palm, feeling that opening in the mid back. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe you reach the left fingertips forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stay. Inhale, maybe reach the left arm up, internally rotate it, and you can find a half bind if that's in your practice. 2 more breaths. Enjoying this nice stretch, a bit of a twist. Inhale, slowly unravel the same way you came into the posture, bringing the left palm beside the face. Inhale, sweeps the right arm up. Exhale, right palm down. Move through 1 cat-cow just to flush that side out. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the back. Awesome. Good. Grounding through the right palm now. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Look up. Exhale, left palm through the right arm, threading the needle opposite side. Press firmly into your right palm. You'll feel a deeper stretch that way. Right elbow directed at the ceiling. You can reach the right fingertips forward if you did so on the other side. And then maybe even inhale, reach the right arm up, internally rotate it, and wrap it around for a half bind. Stay here for 2 breaths. Keeping that soft smile if you can. See how that helps you relax in the face. Keeping a sweet disposition, right palm beside the face, press into the earth. Inhale, lifts the left palm up. Exhale, left palm down. Nice work. Tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat. Just about 2 to 3 inches. Squeeze your belly tight for 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels toward the earth. Lift the hips high, downward facing dog. You can come along the length of the mat a bit more, maybe lifting the heels high, pressing your hips high. Shake your head yes and no. Gently moving the head side to side and then dropping one heel down at a time, pedaling out the feet. Feeling a stretch behind the ankles and the calves. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, flutter the lips. Releasing any tension. Reminding ourselves not to take anything too seriously. And then find a place of stillness in your downward facing dog. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale with your right hand, grabbing your left ankle, and then look underneath your left arm. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. Good. Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left hand goes toward the right ankle or shin. Look underneath the right arm for 2 breaths. Feeling a nice side body stretch, and then come back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward at your palms, bend the knees, and tiptoe your way toward the top of the mat. Taking your time, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Measuring hip width distance in between your feet with 2 fists. And then keeping that soft bend in your knees, grab opposite elbows. And let's just gently sway side to side here. Shaking the head out one last time. Shaking the head out one last time. Good. Release the arms, pressing through the feet. Start to roll yourself up to stand, vertebra by vertebra. Stacking the spine, tailbones heavy. Let the head arrive last. Shrug the shoulders up toward the ears and then down the back. Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Wiggle the toes. You can kind of toggle the weight between the toes and the heels here. And then find that place of stillness, reaching your fingertips down, reaching the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms up, lean your chest back. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, planting the palms down, step back, high plank position. Squeezing the belly tight, finding space behind the shoulder blades. Bring the knees down, bend the elbows, bring your chest and chin toward the mat. Point the toes, inhale, slide the heart up into cobra. You can come into baby cobra, coming down a little lower. Otherwise, pressing into your palms, bringing the elbows in toward your rib cage. Exhale, pressing through hands and knees, and lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Shaking the head out, yes and no. Pressing the hips high, feel your sit bones widen. Lengthening the spine, releasing tension in the lower back. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the top of the mat, half lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine up. Utthita Hastasana, maybe even leaning your chest back. Exhale, coming straight back down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Warming up the body with these sun salutations. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting the palms. You can step or float back into Chaturanga, landing in bent elbows. Inhale, lifting the heart, upward facing dog or cobra. If you're an upward facing dog, knees off the mat, legs active. Exhale, rolling over the toes or coming through the hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Taking 3 full breaths here. Maybe you're using Ujjayi breath today, breathing in through the nostrils, exhaling through the nostrils. This is a helpful way to keep the heat in the body. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, Step or float to meet your palms at the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise up, Uttanasana. Press the hands together at the top. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Arms by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Settling here, you can close the eyes. Reconnect to your breath. Good. Noticing how all of these layers work together, this outer layer of breath, and what it does to the prana. Feel this life force moving through you. Maybe your thought patterns have already shifted just in this short amount of time. What can we imprint our minds with today? What positive seeds? Inhale, reach the arms up, lean back. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fingertips down to the mat. Step your right foot back into a low lunge position. Bring the right knee gently down. Point the right toes. Clasp the hands on top of the left thigh. Inhale, activate the pelvic floor up and in. Exhale, slightly sink the hips forward and down. You can squeeze the right glute a little bit. Breathe in, maybe pressing the flesh of your left thigh away. Exhale, hips come forward and down. Use your breath here, this nourishing breath. Inhale. Exhale, good. Bring the palms down. Lift the right knee by tucking the right toes. Sweep the left arm up, come into a twist, look up at your left fingernail. Exhale, left palm down, step the left foot back, high plank position. Good. You can come down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, bringing the shoulders over the wrist. Come down halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, drawing the hips high, downward facing dog. 3 breaths together here. These collective breaths are rebounding postures. Feeling nice and warmed up. A bit more fluidity in our practice. On your next inhale, look forward and step your right foot toward your hands. Low lunge position. Gently bring the left knee down, point the left toes, and then clasp the hands on top of the right thigh, drawing the shoulders over the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sinking the hips forward and down, really pressing into the right big toe and the top of the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, squeezing the left glute a little bit, maybe leaning your chest back. Breathe in. Exhale. Very nice. Feeling that nice opening in the front of the hip. Bring the palms down. Tuck the left toes. Lift the left knee. Sweep the right arm up for a twist. Look up at your right thumbnail. Bring the right palm down. Step the left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise up. Reaching the arms up, leaning the chest back. Exhale, come straight back down, forward fold. Nice work. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingertips down, stepping the right foot back into a low lunge position. This time, keeping the right knee lifted. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten the front leg, folding over. Breathe in, lift the belly button up toward the spine. Exhale, fold. Nice stretch for the back of the legs, back of the calves, ankles. Pressing the right heel back. It's okay if it's not touching. Inhale, exhale, fold. One more breath like this. Breathe in. Exhale to soften. Inhale, bend the front knee. Come back to your low lunge. Sweep the left arm up for a twist. And then pressing into your right palm, start to open up to a side plank, Vashisthasana. Squeezing the hips up. You can flex the feet to stack them. Maybe bringing the right knee down for more support. Looking up at your left fingertips. Or you can bring one foot in front of the other. Stay here for 3 breaths. Good. Maybe reaching the left arm over the ear. Squeezing at the midsection. Good. Come back. High plank position. And let's move through Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good work. Staying in down dog for 3 breaths. And know that the vinyasas are always optional. If it starts to feel like it's a little bit too much for you today, you can skip it, come into a posture that works best for you. On your next inhale, look forward and step the right foot in between the hands, low lunge, keeping the left knee lifted. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Straightening the front leg. You can keep a soft bend in the right knee. Breathe in to lift up the chest. Exhale to soften. Right hip comes back, left hip forward. Inhale, finding space in the body. Exhale to soften. Remind yourself of your intention of practice, working these outer layers to get to that juicy pocket of ultimate reality. Inhale, bend the front knee, come back to your low lunge, ground through the left palm, sweep the right arm up, look up, and start to open up to your side plank. Coming onto the blade edge side of the left foot, you can bring one foot in front of the other or stack the feet, keep them strongly flexed, press firmly into your left palm. Option to bring the left knee down as well. Maybe reach the right arm over the ear, feel that nice stretch. One more breath in. Good, come back to high plank. And let's move through our flow, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, sliding the heart up, shoulders down the back, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, you can flutter the lips, shake the head a little, just releasing a tiny bit of the heat we built. Inhale, exhale, release out of the mouth. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step, stepper, float to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine up. Hands at the top, press together. And bring the hands down by your side, Tadasana. Take a moment here, close the eyes. Finding this place of stillness, feeling that prana moving through you, shifting the thought patterns. Okay, flutter the eyes open. Bring your big toes together to touch, heels slightly apart. Sink the hips low, sweep the mat with your fingertips, finding Utkatasana, chair pose. Drawing the weight into your heels, you can look down at your toes, lift them up, and then lift the chest up. You can find cactus arms too if you're feeling any tension in the neck and shoulders. Inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper, internally rotating the thighs, squeezing the ribs in toward the spine. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in. Good. Exhale, dive over the legs, clasp the hands behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pressing the wrists toward one another, head hangs heavy. Inhale, lift up halfway, press the fist toward the back of the room. Exhale, plant the palms down, step, step, or float through and move through your vinyasa. Yogi's choice, using the variations that work best for you today. So always meet yourself where you're at in your practice that day. Inhale, look forward and step your right foot behind the right wrist. Drop the left heel down, front knees over the front ankle. Rise up to stand, warrior one. Let's spend 3 breaths here. Nice, strong Virabhadrasana. Inhale. Exhale, your left hip's coming forward, right hip back. Breathe in. Exhale, you can even lean the chest back. One more breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. Bring the palms down. Lift the left heel. Step back to plank or keep your right heel lifted for a 3-legged chaturanga, where you bend the elbows halfway, hover. Inhale, you can press into both palms. Bring both tops of the feet down, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. Feel your sit bones widen, hips nice and high, maybe finding a bit more space. The heels are reaching toward the earth. It's okay if they're not fully touching. Inhale, look forward. Step the left foot behind the left wrist. Drop the right heel down. Same setup for warrior one, opposite side. Arms alongside the ears. Squeezing the right hip forward. So your hips are like headlights facing forward. Breathe in. Exhale, maybe leaning the chest back. Inhale, pressing back with the pinky side of your right foot and pressing into your left big toe. One more breath here. Good. Bring the palms down to the earth. Lift the right heel. Step back to plank or keep the left heel lifted in line with the hip. 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, open up the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, rolling over the toes or hands and knees, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Beautiful work. Rejoicing in the fact that you've made it to the mat today. Sometimes that can be the most challenging part. So feel good about this. Feel good. Apply that joyful effort into your practice. Inhale, look forward. Step or float to meet your hands at the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit low. Exhale, slowly rise to stand. Parallel the toes to face forward. Tadasana, close your eyes. Feeling this rush of energy flooding through you, permeating this entire living and breathing vessel, this shell, this outer layer. You can even bring the hands on the body somewhere, your belly, your heart center, and feel yourself breathe. Feel your heartbeat. Beautiful. Bring the hands down. Bring your big toes together to touch. Flutter the eyes open. Inhale, sit into chair pose, this time pressing the hands together at heart center. Drawing the weight into your heels. Inhale, press your thumbs into your sternum. Exhale, twist open toward your left. Trying to hook the right elbow outside of the left knee. Take a look at your knees. You want to make sure they stay in line with one another. Inhale, exhale to twist. So you're twisting from the belly. Use your breath here. Really important to breathe and twist. Breathing in fully and exhaling, since this is very constricted. One more breath here. Good. Look down at your toes. Lift your right heel, and then as gracefully as possible, step back with the right foot. You might need to adjust your twist a little bit again. Flex the right heel back strongly. Good. Breathing in. Exhale, maybe even trying to tee out the arms. Look up. One more breath here. Awesome. Inhale, drop the right heel, cartwheel the arms up, finding Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. You can walk your right foot back a little, getting nice and extended along the length of your mat. Reach the arms out to the side. Nice soft smile over your left fingertips. That nice strong warrior posture, reminding yourself of why you came to practice today. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Inhale, flip the left palm, tilt up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, hinge forward, bringing the left elbow very gently on the left thigh. Open up your chest first, and then sweep the right arm down and alongside the ear for extended side angle. Reaching forward with your right fingertips and pressing back with the pinky edge side of your right foot. Breathe in, maybe look underneath your right palm. Exhale, feel this whole lengthening of the right side channel of the body. Inhale, keep it nice and active. Exhale completely. One more breath in. Good. Inhale, reaching up the arms. Lift the left arm, reversing a triangle. Exhale, bend the front knee, cartwheel the arms down, frame your front foot, lift the right heel, step back to plank or 3-legged chaturanga, move through your flow. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, find your way into downward facing dog. Awesome work. Taking 3 collective breaths here. Letting the breath flush out this energy, moving it, shifting it in the body. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or float to meet your hands at the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back to chair pose with hands in prayer. Hands at the heart center. Sinking the hips low, drawing the weight into your heels. Press the thumbs at the sternum. Breathe in. Exhale, twist open toward your right, trying to hook the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Peek at your knees just to make sure they're in line with one another. Breathing in to find space in the body. Exhale to twist. Maybe looking over your right shoulder. Soft smile, reminding yourself of your intention, working this outer layer, working the inner layers too. Look down at your feet. Lift the left heel. And as gracefully as you can, step back with the left foot, readjusting in your twist. 3 more breaths here. Press back with the left heel so the legs are really strong, holding you here steady. Maybe you tee out the arms. Making sure you're breathing in this twist. Really good for digestion, massaging your organs in the twist. On your next inhale, lifting yourself up, drop the left heel down, open up warrior two, other side. Draw your left foot back, deep bend in the right knee, gazing over your right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, settle, maybe bending the front knee even more. Hips shining open toward the left side of the room. Heart open, mind opening. Good. Inhale, flip your front palm, tilt up and back. Peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale, hinge forward, slowly bringing your right elbow gently on the right thigh, opening up your chest, so lean the left shoulder back, sweep the left arm down, and then alongside the ear, extended side angle. Reaching your left fingertips forward and pressing back with the left pinky outside of the foot. Feel this nice long line, the whole left side body. Finding space underneath your right rib cage. Maybe looking underneath your left palm. Good, 1 more breath. And on your next inhale, reaching up, straighten the front leg, reach the right arm up, reversing a triangle, bend the front knee, frame your front foot with both hands, lift the left heel, step back to plank or 3-legged chaturanga, moving through your flow, flushing that side out. We'll come to meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in, exhale, hips high. Inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to meet your hands at the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, big toes together to touch, heels apart, sitting low, last chair pose, promise. Exhale, rising up, Tadasana, parallel the feet, find that place of stillness, 3 breaths. Resist the urge to fidget. Feeling this prana move through you, kind of like adrenaline rush. Shaking things up from the outside in. Flutter the eyes open, bend the knees, tuck the chin in, and start to roll yourself down. Nice and slowly, taking your time. Let the arms be heavy in their sockets. You can even kind of sway yourself down. Crown of the head hangs heavy. Bending the knees generously enough that your belly and chest can rest on your thighs, and then grab opposite elbows. You can even clasp the hands behind the nape of the neck, lengthening behind the neck. Good. So you might feel this behind the legs, but we're gonna be lengthening the spine. So keep that deep bend in the knees so the lower abdomen stays connected. With the 2 pointer fingers, you can grab your big toes, pressing your big toes into those fingers. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, drape yourself over your thighs, belly over the thighs, elbows come out to the side, crown of the head hangs heavy. Pressing the hips high, inhale, drawing the belly button up and in, exhale, softening down. Imagine like there's this weight attached to the crown of your head, drawing it down. So you're folding yourself in half here. You might feel a nice opening behind the shoulder blades. Soften the muscles of your face. Enjoy this deep stretch. Beautiful. Inhale, release the toes. Lift up halfway. Bring your hands onto your waist and then come up to stand with a straight spine. Lift the back of your skull so the chin is slightly tucked in. Tadasana. This way it'll help us so we don't feel too lightheaded from those deep folds. Good. On your next inhale, take a big step back with your right foot, finding a wide-legged straddle of the mat. Pigeon toe the feet so the toes are slightly pointed in, and make sure there's a soft bend in your knee so there's some buoyancy here. Bring the arms up, inhale, and then bring them back, clasping the hands behind you. Inhale, drawing the fists down, lift your chest. Exhale, hinging forward, wide-legged forward fold with the hands clasped behind you. Breathe in, the weight goes mainly into the big toes. Exhale, drawing the fists back. And high, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel the strength of the inner thighs working, the crown of the head's heavy. Maybe you separate, ooh. crown of the head is heavy. And you can release the arms, bringing them underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself up for half lift. Good. And then heel toe the feet in a little bit, heels pointing in, toes pointing out, coming into Malasana Yogi Squat. Hands come together at heart center, pressing your elbows into your knees, and then keeping your shoulders over your hips, trying to keep the heels down. Back of the neck stays long, breathing here, that soft smile coming in, lifting the corners of the lips. This helps to keep the left and right side channel open. From here, place your right palm out to the side, flat onto the ground. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Look up at your left fingertips. So you're pressing your right arm into the right knee. You can stay here, or maybe internally rotate the left arm and draw it behind the back for a half bind. Staying here, keeping even weight in both heels. If you have the bind, coming out the same way you came in, and let's come back to Malasana Yogi Squat. Hands together at heart center. 2 breaths here. Good. Inhale, bring your left palm out to the side. Place it flat down onto the mat. Reach the right arm up. Look up at your right thumbnail. Enjoying this twist. You can stay here, or you can internally rotate the right arm and then wrap it behind you for a half bind. 2 breaths in. Exhale. This is a really nice lower back release anytime you're doing a yogi squat. Good. Slowly come out the same way you came in if you're in the half bind, and then come back to hands at heart center. Beautiful. And then you can bring your hands behind you, coming to sit, and we'll bring the feet together, making this diamond shape with the legs, bringing the soles of the feet together to touch. Sitting up nice and tall. You can draw the heels in a little closer toward you. Clasping the hands over the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. So I'll do it from the side, actually, so you can see that you don't have to come too far down to get the benefits of this posture. We're opening up the inner thighs, the front of the hips. Breathe in. Exhale, hinging forward. Straight spine, pressing the sit bones down and back, reaching the chest down. Inhale. Exhale to soften. Breathe in. Exhale. Knees open to the side. Beautiful. Slowly come up to seated. And now draw your heels a little bit further away. So it's more of a diamond shape this time. Holding onto your shins. Inhale. And now exhale. You can round down, diving into this diamond shape. You'll feel more of a stretch on the outer thighs this time. Breathe in. Outer hip area. Exhale to soften. Maybe dropping the forehead down toward your feet. 3 more breaths here. Slowly rolling yourself up on the inhale. Good. Bringing your hands outside of the knees. Closing the knees, kind of like you're closing a book. Nice. Drawing the right leg down the mat and then the left leg down the mat. Come into Dandasana, stack pose. Lifting the flesh from underneath the thighs, underneath your seat, so your sit bones are rooted into the mat. Keep the feet flexed so the toes are pointed toward you. Bring the palms beside your hips. Activate the pelvic floor up and in. So it kind of feels like you're going to lift your seat off the mat, but it doesn't actually lift off the mat. It's more like an isometric movement. Slight tuck of the chin and close your eyes down. Breathe in through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. Imagine this brightness exiting out in between the eyebrows. So we're locking the energy in the center of the body, this little pocket of ultimate reality, before we start to cool ourselves down. And then release, flutter the eyes open. Inhale, reaches the arms up, really lengthen the sides of the body. Exhale, begin to hinge forward. Coming into Paschimottanasana. You can have a soft bend in the knees here. Inhale, especially if the backs of the legs are tight. Exhale, slowly crawl yourself down. We're gonna spend 10 full rounds of breath here. So really take your time, holding at the shin or around the feet or yogi toe lock. Breathe in to lift, belly button up toward the spine. Exhale, soften down. Breathe in. I like to lift out of it a little bit. Exhale. And then relax your forehead down toward your lap. It's okay if it's not touching the knees. We have 5 more breaths here. Lengthening the whole back of the body, the spine, backs of the legs. Extreme west stretch. Soften the muscles of your face. And breathe. Inhale, slowly roll yourself back up. Take your time here, bringing the shoulders over the hips. Good. Bring the left knee into flexion, bring it in close, and then pick up the left foot, bring it outside of the right thigh. Keep your right foot flexed so it keeps the length of the right leg down the mat. Press your left big toe into the mat. Bring your left fingertips behind the sit bones, propping yourself up nice and tall. Inhale to sweep the right arm up, lengthen. Exhale to twist open to the left, hooking the right elbow outside of the left thigh, or you can simply hug your left leg in. 5 breaths here. The closer you walk your left hand in toward the sit bones, the more you can prop yourself up tall, lengthening the spine, and then exhale, twisting, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Breathing in. Exhale, make sure you're not holding your breath. These twists are so good for you, really good for detoxifying the body, massaging the organs, and slowly release. If you'd like, you can come into a little counter twist on the other side. Beautiful. And then pick up the left foot, draw the left leg down the mat. You can give your legs a little bit of a shake. Come back to Dandasana, bringing the right knee into flexion. Bring it in really close. Good. And then pick up the right foot, placing it outside of the left leg. Keep your left foot flexed and press your right big toe down. Bring your right fingertips behind the sit bones, propping yourself up tall like a kickstand. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting at the belly. Maybe hooking the left elbow outside of the right thigh, or you can simply hug the right knee in. Inhale, exhale, twist. Maybe turning your gaze over your right shoulder. Nice soft smile. 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. Slowly unravel. Find a little counter twist on the other side. Good. Come back to center, picking up the right foot, bringing it outside, and then extending the right leg down. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Circle out at the ankles, squeeze your toes and release them. Bend both knees, bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Scoot your sit bones toward your heels, and then come into Navasana, boat pose. So we're balancing at the sacrum. You can hold onto your shins, maybe behind the thighs if you want more support. Otherwise, reach your arms out to the side with the palms facing up. Squeeze your belly up. Last little bit of work before we make our way all the way down onto the mat. You can play around with pointing the toes, extending the legs for 5, 4, you've got this, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands together at heart center. Come down to hover. Heels off the mat, shoulders off the mat for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze your belly. 2, One, come all the way down. Nice, sweet relief. You can shimmy yourself back along the length of the mat, bringing one knee into the chest at a time and give yourself a big hug. Squeezing the knees in, and then you can rock from side to side, massaging out your lower back. If you had the Ujjayi breath, you can release that now. Bringing both hands on top of the knees, drawing nice big circles in one direction. So you get a little bit of this self-massage on the top of the hips, and then the other way, kind of like you're stirring a pot, stirring a stew with your legs. And then bringing the knees in close. You can separate the knees, either coming here, or you can find happy baby, grabbing the outsides of your feet, bringing all 5 fingers around the soles of the feet, pressing the tailbone down heavy. Good, release, bringing the knees back together, placing the soles of the feet down on the mat, walking your heels in close enough that your fingertips can graze your heels and keep the arms alongside the body. Inhale, pressing into the heels of the feet to lift the hips up for bridge pose. Your knees are pointing straight forward, squeezing the glutes slightly, but it's more about pressing into the feet to lift your hips. Imagine like you have these strings attached to your hip, lifting you up. Good. Keeping the neck long, back of the head is on the mat. Stay here for 5 breaths. You might wish to walk the shoulder blades together and clasp the hands underneath you, and then press the hips up even higher. Good. If you have the hands clasped, walk the shoulder blades apart, palms facing down on the mat. Let's all roll down vertebra by vertebra. Taking your time, undulating the spine. Let the tailbone touch the mat last. Knock the knees in toward one another. Separate the feet, mat with distance. Bring your arms into like a goalpost or cactus shape, and then just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Resetting the spine. We're going to do one more round of that. Adding on a full wheel pose if it's in your practice. We can do it together, or you can come straight into bridge pose again. Beautiful. Walk your feet back hip width distance, extending your arms alongside the body on the mat, palms facing down, moving back into bridge pose, or if you want to go into the full wheel, we can do it together. Lifting the hips first, and then bringing the palms beside the face, fingers facing toward your body, elbows pointing straight up toward the ceiling. Inhale, come onto the crown of the head first, squeeze the hips high, and then exhale, straighten the arms. You can either rest in bridge pose, or if you're in full wheel, stay here for 5 breaths, squeezing the hips up as if they're never going to fully reach their destination. Let the head drop back. Whenever you're ready to come out of this posture, tuck the chin first and come out very slowly and gently. Try not to crash down. Good. Tucking the chin, slowly coming down with control. Beautiful. Wherever you are, bringing the tailbone down last. Nice work. Bring the arms alongside the body. Walk the feet in together. Lift one leg up at a time into a 90-degree angle, Viparita Karani. Good, you can stay here, or if you have shoulder stand in your practice, you can lift the hips up, bringing the palms toward the lower back, fingers facing toward your legs, and then stacking the knees and the ankles directly over the hips. Stay here for 10 breaths. This is an excellent pose for cooling down the body, either legs in the air or shoulder stand. We're always on our feet, so this way the blood can flow in the opposite direction, feet above the heart. Really good for relaxing the nervous system. Good. If you're in shoulder stand, bend the knees, bring your arms alongside the mat, slowly roll down, undulating the spine, letting the tailbone touch the mat. And then if you have legs in there, we can all bring the legs down, trying to keep them extended. Beautiful. Come up onto the forearms. You can walk your palms underneath your glutes and finding fish pose, crown of the head on the mat, opening up the front of the throat. Good. And then tucking the chin, coming all the way down. Release the hands from underneath you, bringing the knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. Inhale, rock and roll your hips an inch or so over to the left, stacking the knees. Open up the arms into a cactus or teeing the shape out, and slowly bring your knees over to the right for a supine twist. Let gravity do its thing here. So just completely relax every muscle and bone. It's okay if the knees don't stay stacked. Inhale. Exhale, maybe turn your gaze over your left shoulder. Supine twist. Starting to cool ourselves down, almost at the end of our practice. Inhale, roll onto the back body, bringing the soles of the feet onto the earth, moving the hips back to the center of the mat, bringing the knees in toward your chest. Inhale, rock and roll the hips about an inch or two over to the right. Stack your knees, open up the arms, cactus or T-shape, and slowly bring the knees over to the left. Supine twist, opposite side. Take a deep breath in, feel your collarbones stay nice and broad and open. Exhale, perhaps turning your gaze over your right shoulder, moving the spine in every direction, really good for the health of the spine. And release all effort here. Just let your body get heavy on the earth. Closing the eyes even and taking nice deep breaths in. Exhale. Release. On your inhale, slowly roll onto your back body, bringing the soles of the feet down, scooting your hips to the center, walking the feet together to touch, and let your knees open to the side, pressing the soles of the feet together, finding Supta Baddha Konasana. Placing one hand on your heart center and one hand on your belly. Close your eyes and just feel yourself breathe here. Taking a few moments in this restful, restorative position. Starting to draw the attention back inward, the subtle body, the inner layers. Like we've peeled this onion, we worked the outer layer. We were mindful of our breath, knowing this shifts the winds in the body and shifts the winds in the mind. And allowing more spaciousness in our mind to plant the good seeds that we want to see blossom in our universe. On your inhales, you might feel your bottom hand rise, lifting your belly and your chest. And then exhale, decompressing, softening into the earth. Our thoughts drifting from the surface layer and floating a little bit deeper down into our subconscious, that pocket of ultimate reality. If you'd like to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana as your final resting pose, I welcome you to stay here. Alternatively, you can begin to extend your left leg down the mat and then your right leg, finding Shavasana, corpse pose, keeping the hands on the body for more of a sense of grounding. Or you can extend the arms alongside the body with the palms facing up, more of a receptive gesture, and then fully melt into the earth, eyes completely closed, letting the eyes get heavy in their sockets. Swallow. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and the bottom teeth slightly separate from the top teeth. Every muscle and every bone relaxed. Allowing this physical body of ours, you can imagine it turning into this body of light, this effervescent, sparkly quality permeating your entire living and breathing vessel. Recall the intention that you set for practice, allowing this all to absorb into your body and your mind and feel good about the imprint that you've left here today. And I invite you to stretch and expand this motivation, this intention of yours even further by dedicating your practice, offering it up to all the beings that want to be free of mental afflictions, sharing this peaceful exercise with each of them. This endless well of loving kindness and joy and compassion and wisdom that is deep within you. You are the source of it all. And you can find a way to carry this feeling of appreciation and awareness with you into the rest of your day, rejoicing in this good habit that you're setting for yourself. Mindfulness. As you start to deepen the breath, drawing your awareness back into the room, back into the space around you on your mat. Allowing any peripheral sounds to sink back in. Feeling the temperature of the air on your skin cooling you down. Any physical tingling sensations in the body, maybe. Invite in some small movement by wiggling your fingers and your toes. You can circle out at your ankles and wrists. Take your time here, doing one thing at a time, slowly waking yourself back up into this outer layer, back into our outer world. Move your head to one side and then the other. And bringing your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last squeeze and roll over onto whichever side of your choosing in a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Eyes can stay heavy here. And whenever you feel ready, press yourself up into an easy cross-legged seated position. Pressing the palms together at heart center. And we will seal our practice with one Om mantra. Inhale. Letting this resonate within all the layers of your being, tucking your chin in toward your chest, honoring your hard work and effort done here today. Bringing your palms into your lap and softly flutter the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for this 60-minute Vinyasa practice. Remember to use all of these layers, either from the outside to work in or the inside to work out. My name is Christina, and I hope to see you again soon here on the mat.